I think you're good.
I'm excited because I get to actually speak today at the end of the day. So there's just a whole lot of me like reacting and going, oh, mugging. But at the end of the day, I actually get to say words. Okay. So watch out, world. Cash is gonna be a talking.
Here we are, back at it.
Day 3 was a big one. Like everyone had hit their stride, everyone's moving really well, but also you're starting to get a bit of fatigue because everyone's on such a high for those first couple days. They're so excited, happy to be there. You're starting to have to bring a little more out of people too. So that's a challenge as well.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Grandma, make me a dang quesadilla. God darn it, Napoleon, make your own dang quesadilla.
And they had a lamb farm.
The cast had already been working together for only a couple days, but when you're working on a set, time feels like months. So they're already best friends, they have some inside jokes. They're all professionals and amazing, so we never really lost track of people, but sometimes it takes a little longer to get focused when everyone's been there for a while and best friends.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's better.
He's just showing off his muscles. This is all a pretense about covering up that tattoo. It's actually just him going, oh look, I have a tattoo on my arm.
I think you missed the spot. Okay, now drop and give me 20. Trip drops and does angry push-ups. I like that. That's also in the production notes here. Production notes. You know, props, blah, blah, blah. Production notes. Chip does push-ups.
We got these delicious things too. Let's get a close-up of that sucker.
That's
You guys, let's try to change as quick as possible.
They asked me to give them a second.
Oh, they asked you to give them a second, okay.
Crackers now available at your local grocery store. So good. Buy them now.
Going to day 3, we had a lot of material still to get. We had some big group scenes still to shoot. We knew we had limited time, and we knew we couldn't come back to the locker room. So there was the certain weight of to get off the pot for the rest of the show.
It was basically like Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy in Before Midnight. It's like, this is the time we have in the locker room, and there's no we'll meet again on a platform in Paris a year later. It's like, we shoot now, and then like Julie Delpy's dead afterwards. Julie Delpy's the locker room, and our production is Ethan Hawke, or other.
Prefer to look at the other way, I think.
We're much more like Ethan Hawke than we are Julie Delpy.
Debatable.
Julia Delpy?
And frame. Action.
What a complete and total dick.
And whose fault is that?
Look, juice box.
Don't look juice box me. You f*** my dad.
Yeah, he,
Go to the wide camera now.
and then see, and then.
Now here's a little story that I got to tell about 3 bad brothers that you know so well. It started way back in history with that Rock MCA and me, Mike G. When I went to Jew camp in Wisconsin, Paul Revere is the first Beastie Boy song I had ever heard. And it blew my mind, and it was like, I was like, this is the craziest, loudest, angriest thing I've ever heard, and it's so cool. And then there was a kid there who knew all the lyrics, and I was like, that's it. I gotta learn all the lyrics of Paul Revere. We had a little horsey named Paul Revere. Just me and my horsey and a quart of beer. Riding across the land, kicking off sand. Got the sheriff on my tail because I'm in demand. And I decided it would be a funny running gag. So every time the behind the scenes camera came to me, I would just launch into Paul Revere.
Yeah, and I didn't know about that until after, and I saw all the clips.
Didn't particularly care for it either.
Little did I know that while we're all trying to work, Mike's over doing a solo rap performance.
Looking for a girl, I ran into a guy. His name was MCA. I said howdy. He said hi.
And then you go do mic drop.
The road mic is great. Boom. You gotta pay for that, man.
The locker room's an interesting space because it's a point where they all have to be close together. They have to stand next to each other, listen to the Berg, so it creates some drama in the space.
Dave is a good man, right? He's a top-notch contractor. He poured the concrete for our drive.
The driveway is cracked, Dad.
Well, that's just normal wear and tear.
Structurally, our show is like the Divine Comedy. You start in Inferno, then to Purgatorio, And into Paradiso, you start in the basement, then you're at the bar, and then you're in the apartment and on the roof. So, in a way, the locker room is the Inferno, you know, where Virgil is your guide.
Also, it's right after a win or a loss, right? We always see the 9th inning, the last play of the game. So we're coming into the locker room with some heat, whether it's a win or a loss. There's some energy going into it.
Baggage, yeah, they come in with baggage.
Yeah.
Almost like the characters in Dante's Divine Comedy, which I've read 1/3 of.
Roll sound, roll camera.
Okay, we are gonna walk into it though.
Do the intro.
Okay, yeah, so it's lunchtime, day 3. Just shot a really big scene where they all come back for the vote, the first vote. We're gonna take that again. Mike was burping.
That's fine, we don't overlap.
Yeah, I know, but he reads it. It's gross. All right, so day 3, we just...
we take it again. I think Dan's performance is really stiff.
Let me just try to...
Just talk.
So it's the day of the 3. This is the 3rd day of the shoot, 3 of 10. Just did a really big scene where they do the vote, first time. Everybody was nailing it. Big scene, 9 people, different blocking, but it really sung. It was really great.
Amazing.
Everybody was zoned in, and we're right on schedule, right where we want to be.
Yeah, a couple of good things happened. There was a wasp in the room at some point that got stuck in Jesse's hair. That was funny.
And at one point it was in my hair.
Did it really get in your hair?
Yeah, it was like hanging out there for a bit, but I was fine with it.
Yeah.
I was using it.
Corteon is allergic to bees, so we had to get it.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a
disaster.
moment. Yeah.
Where was the backstage guy? When
Yeah, I called for him. I was like, we got the bee. It was the best thing. It's cold. It was warm yesterday. The weather changed, so now it's freezing. That's another.
Yeah. But that's good. I'd rather it be cold and we heat it up than it's hot and we have to cool it down.
Yeah.
But no, really good morning, and just finish off this location, shoot it out, and tomorrow we're on the roof and in the mattress store.
And we didn't fight at all. We've had no fights today.
No, we didn't. So stay tuned for that. It'll probably come this afternoon.
Yeah, good.
Just saying, today is the day where I actually have something to say at the end of the day. And you really the today's the day.
Yeah.
And should take a break.
We're never happy, are we?
No. Never satisfied.
I have no lines. I have too many lines.
No. I mean, he had a big problem with he can call us. He knows he has our number.
But that's a challenge when you're with 9 actors and they all got time to come into their own and have their special moment.
Except Daryl, apparently, the first 2 days.
But it takes
he was stewing in his juices.
In the locker room, that was more No Name's place and Jess's place, the Berg's place. Yeah. The Berg was never in the apartment, you know? Yeah. He wasn't even there.
You don't see Peter Boyle complaining about not having a lot of lines in Young Frankenstein, you know?
Me?
Yes, you.
A bit pretty.
That mustache.
Yeah.
Nice.
They have to put mascara because I have
your Magnum PI thing.
I have 2 gray hairs in my mustache.
No, you don't.
I do.
Stop it.
I can vote first, and I'm going to vote for Benjamin Berger.
Jasnowski?
Cashby?
Jasnowski.
Sometimes when I get tired and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore, I realize that there's nothing better than being on the set. I would much rather this than be at any day job or at home doing nothing. So I just look around, see all these beautiful people, and I'm exactly where I need to be. So I'm just sitting down, reflecting on that, getting my rest. Because tomorrow, or in 2 days, tomorrow night, I gotta be on set at 3 a.m. And that's when my day starts. It's mentally preparing now.
Gotcha.
So, to answer your question, I'm doing great.
At the end of day 3, that was it for the locker room. I think we went a little overtime on day 3 because we didn't have a chance to go back to it. We also ended with, we wanted to shoot an angle of Andy going into her locker to get the shrooms. We're watching the clock on the overtime as our art department is literally taking a saw to the back of a locker. So that was pretty exciting. It was a race against the clock. Really wanted to get it. It was a cool shot, but we didn't have much time.
No.
And we knew that if we screwed something up, we wouldn't go back. So there's a certain pressure there.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like Mike and I were really happy. We left feeling good and feeling like we had gotten that. It was also, the locker room's a big location and a big part of the story because it is when you first meet the people. So if the locker room stuff fell flat, if it was like boring or super slow or no energy to it, it would set every episode up in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a certain pressure to the performance and the camera work and the energy within the scenes that was on the locker room as well.
Yeah.